welcome to our Top Chef minisode, Ugly Truth. So as of the recording, 2 episodes have aired. So the episode 2 was the rice episode, which they say this is the killer, this is the career killer for everybody.
Anybody who's ever been on
the contestant killer. Yes, this will take down the weaklings. And
Correct.
It did.
It did. Thank God.
Okay, so Stephanie and I, listen, I'm sure that Dawn is a fantastic human being.
She probably is.
In fact,
she's accomplished a lot in her life. I'll give her that.
Well, she's an Olympian.
Correct. And now she's a chef and she's been on Top Chef.
Well, we were watching
hate
it.
her.
We were watching it because she always has some kind of sob story because God forbid the woman
she's
just
one of those
can't.
people, and everybody knows somebody like this in life who everything that goes wrong in their world is never
Not
their
her fault.
She's such a victim and I hate it.
And it comes across. And I think it carried her through on the Portland season.
100%.
So anyway, so it was funny. We were watching the episode and they were giving her a highlight because I'm like, oh God, this means she's going home.
So just if you don't watch the show, there's 2 challenges. There's the first challenge where nobody goes
Quick
home.
fire.
It's called a quick fire. And then there's the elimination challenge where somebody gets kicked off.
Yes.
So the elimination challenge was the rice challenge.
Exactly. So they gave her a highlight how she's opening up a restaurant and she's working on the building
They
of the
always
restaurant.
do.
And I told Daryl, I said, well, good luck waiting. You'll be waiting an hour for your food because the woman has timing issues.
And she'll leave something off of it.
And it'll be crunchy for God, and it'll be something that she says it is, but it's not that. So she decided to make congee, which I'm not really aware of what congee is.
Congee, it's an African food. It's an African stew.
Oh,
actually.
Wow. Then that's definitely not what
and
she
that's
made.
why she did not. That's why they were like, this is not congee. It's
And
kind of like a porridge. It's not a stew. It's not super liquidy, but it is like a porridge.
It's almost like an African risotto.
Correct.
Is kind of the way I'm thinking of it.
Yeah, people have made congee on past seasons, and it's made them almost win. Yeah.
Yes. So many of the chefs, and unfortunately, we're not completely familiar with all of them yet. Some just went next level, and it was just stunning food. May, the woman from Thailand, the chef from Thailand, she created a dessert, and I don't know if she won, but she
did win.
She was. That's right. She started crying and all the things. I'm not a fan of hers personally. Apparently everyone else is. The cheese stands alone on May. I didn't realize that she was such a favorite, but she's not mine.
I liked her on that episode.
Well, I did too.
I think she's kind of an underdog, and that, of course, I always have a tendency to like the underdog. But
same.
But it's too new for me to get attached to anybody yet.
I'm not attached to anyone yet.
I'm attached to one person.
Okay, and we'll discuss
we'll
that
talk
later.
about that, yeah.
Because I have my favorites as well.
Oh, okay, good.
I had to get their names down because I couldn't remember their names, but I do have my favorites. Okay. Anyway, so fortunately for you and I, Dawn went home and we're thrilled.
Yes, we were so happy. And because it's so cringe for me every time I have to watch her. So I'm like, how many episodes do I have to get through?
And here's what's funny. When she finally went home, I do not discuss my distaste for her as much as Daryl did.
Really?
As much as he knows. Now, he does not like her either. He does not like the victim mentality either, which exudes from her body.
Correct. Yeah.
And literally, I put my hands in. I'm like, yes! Because I thought,
it's because he spilled water on my carrots. That's why I lost. That's why I'm in the bottom. I'm like, no, you're in the bottom because your food sucks.
Yes. And you know what? Some chefs just don't do well in competition.
No, correct.
She's probably fantastic.
There are a lot of chefs who've never gone on repeat competition shows.
Because they're bad at it.
Because they're just like, this is not real cooking. I mean, it's different.
Your mentality in competition cooking, from what I've gathered, is you have to be fast,
correct,
and efficient and quick, and the technique.
And they prepare.
Yes.
They do some preparation.
Yes.
Yeah.
The technique is next level, and your brain has to just.
Brian Voltaggio, Michael Voltaggio and Brian, they're brothers.
Yes.
Brian he has been on Top Chef more times than anybody else and he's never won.
Yeah.
And the last time he's like, I just can't, this is just not me. I'm not a competitive chef.
And the Voltaggios are.
But Michael has won.
Okay. Back to Top Chef. So that was episode 2 and you know what? I'm fine. After she left, I don't even care. I barely remember who won.
Honestly.
I think it was Ali who won.
Yes.
He won
the
with
guy that's like Middle Eastern.
From Jordan.
Yes. Oh, he's cute too.
He's adorable.
God.
And he's also amazing.
He is amazing, but he's hot. And every time they show him, I'm like,
there's a lot of cutie pies this year.
Yeah, for sure.
A lot. And I'm like, and
even the short guys are cute.
I have to tell you.
They're short, but they're still cute.
I have to tell you, I knew that there were other versions of Top Chef throughout the world. They're all coming together.
I had no idea there were that many. I didn't know there were that many.
Quite
honestly.
an education.
Yeah.
So episode 3 just aired a couple of days ago.
Yes.
This was the pub crawl.
This was a good one. I enjoyed it.
Enjoyed this episode very much.
Me too.
What did you think about, it wasn't Ali. It was somebody, it was the other guy.
What'd they make?
Sharble. It was Sharble where he said, I'm not drinking anything because I know they're going to throw us into a kitchen.
Yeah.
And he's like, I'm just taking notes.
I thought that was brilliant.
He's watched the show.
He has watched the show. Yeah,
Not
they
time
never
to get hammered.
Don't get hammered.
Don't celebrate.
I don't think anybody really did. They were sipping their beers a little bit, but I didn't see anybody slamming beer.
This is one thing I know about the culinary world. Chefs are alcoholics.
Yeah.
They drink like crazy.
I love it.
And these chefs,
and not that they're alcoholics.
No, but so many of them are just drinking the sponsor water. Correct. I hardly see anybody drink, or they're drinking like a glass of wine.
Back in the early episodes of Top Chef, they used to get hammered.
They had like whiskey and shit.
Totally. That was the thing.
Now.
As soon as the challenge was over and they were waiting for the judges, they were drinking. Well, they've kind of, I don't know if they were like, it's not a great look.
It's not a great look.
And it really isn't. It's sloppy and so now they all drink water.
I agree. So this was
or a wine.
You know what I really hated? I hated that it was a group challenge. I hated that they were
team
partnered.
challenge and I hate double eliminations. I think they're so unfair.
It is unfair. So of course, as we've discussed,
but it's how they shave down the pack, a little faster.
There's so many chefs.
Because it takes forever. There's 16 when it starts. So I think we're down to, after this last episode, 13. Yes. So you're finally, now you can kind of start to know people.
No, there's 12.
Okay.
12. Because it was 7 teams.
Yeah, you're right.
Anyway, so they had to elevate a classic dish.
Right.
And some people went way too far.
It's true.
And some people, so May, as we were talking about May, and she was teamed up with Kurt.
She was teamed up with, I thought he was the Mexican. No, he wasn't the Mexican.
No, he was German.
Yes.
So they're together and instantly, she's being a bitch.
Yeah.
She's like, I want the Scotch egg. And he's like, yeah, but that's really hard to change and elevate. And she's like, I want the Scotch egg.
And she would not
relent. He's like, all right, fine. I guess.
And I feel so bad for him because
he got bullied the entire time and he did not want to push her because I think she's very favored and liked in the group.
Correct.
Because everybody started crying when she got let go. And I'm like, really?
Like I said, underdog. She's from Thailand.
And she was the only one representing. And, she had her sob story about being gay. She had her story.
And fine, okay, but at the same time, that
has nothing to do with your ability.
She did herself and him no favors.
Oh, she's the reason that he went home.
And I felt so bad for him.
Here's the part that made me laugh. I actually laughed was when they were at the bottom and she goes, well, I wanted to deconstruct the egg. And his face was like, what the f*** are you talking about?
He's like, you're a liar.
He's like, we never discussed deconstruction. And then Padmo's all, Amar, how did your meal come out? Blah, blah, blah. Did you
how'd the day go for you?
Completely ignoring them. And I think at that moment when they started, she's like, you guys are gone.
That's my vote.
Yep.
Well, to me, it was pretty obvious.
It was clear
who was going to go home.
It was a pale, crunchy egg.
I know. And the outside wasn't crunchy.
It was underdone. And they're like, yeah, the salad was fine. I mean, they just were
They were like, it's a mango Thai salad and an egg on top. And that's it.
It's boring.
And the other two, thank God they didn't go home because they were definitely the stronger chefs.
Oh my God. Both Amar and Ali need to stay.
Yes.
And I told Daryl that too. I said, these two could be in the top 3.
Yeah.
Easily.
Agreed.
Okay. So before we run out of time, my favorite chefs in order.
Oh, I only have one.
I love Begonia.
Is she the
from
potato
Spain.
girl?
Oh. No, that's Sylvia.
I love potato girl.
Love her. She's from Poland.
I love her.
She's excellent.
She's excellent. And I love her little attitude. She's so cute.
I really hope they get a potato challenge.
It's almost like they have to now.
Please,
but
give her one.
We'll see how far she gets.
I love her.
Because the farther they get, the more stuff they get to do kind of on their own, so.
But Begonia is the chef from Spain. She won Top Chef Spain.
She's the Michelin star girl?
Yes.
Yeah, I love her.
She keeps losing by a hair. Like so close.
Yeah.
I love Ali.
They're still getting their groove too, though.
True. She lost to an onion on episode 1, which bugged me. And then she on the London pub food.
Yeah.
She lost by like a nanosecond.
She did. But these are really amazing chefs that she's up against.
She's a beautiful chef. Physically, but her food is beautiful.
Yeah, I'm really excited to see what she does.
And what about you? Who's your favorite?
Well, Buddha is my favorite. But
really?
Yeah, I know. Buddha is a little egotistical.
He's very egotistical.
But he's so talented.
He was so unliked on his season because of his
I didn't even know that.
His ego was next level, and they're just like, ugh.
Well, what's interesting is that his father was a chef and owned a restaurant,
yes.
and he's been raised in a restaurant,
yes.
It's in his blood. Like, he knows what he's doing.
Interesting. Well,
and what I just discovered was when they were, I watched this. I follow this one couple on TikTok. It's she's called the Caviar Queen. Her father and grandfather.
Marquise.
Yes,
I love her.
Okay,
I'm obsessed with her.
I'm obsessed with her too.
Yes.
Well, I had no idea Buddha was their executive chef at Huso's.
Excuse me?
Yes.
What?
She never talks about it. She's never mentioned it on her TikTok. I've never seen her discuss it.
This is
Huso's
exciting.
on Madison is her baby. She built that store and that restaurant herself. Her parents were like, here's a little caviar store
they're
for
very
you.
wealthy. Yes.
They're super uber wealthy.
I don't care.
I don't care either.
I love her.
She can't help it. She was actually born in Russia, and
yes,
she was a baby when she came to the United States.
I love how she's like, everything's bomb, and her
bomb.
I almost bought her caviar.
I did buy it,
and
it's delicious.
It is.
I actually the caviar I could afford was probably not the caviar I would buy. It was still really good.
Well, they have the Siberian Austria, whatever.
Osteria.
That's what I want to get.
Yeah, so I couldn't afford that at the time, but I like other kinds of fish roe and stuff like that too. I don't just love caviar, so I bought their trout roe, I bought their salmon roe, and I bought some caviar.
Okay, so
it cost me $100 for all three.
Oh, that's not bad
they
at
shipped it
all.
overnight. It came on dry ice from New York.
Oh my God, that's amazing.
And it was all vacuum sealed. It was in gold. It was gorgeous. I thoroughly enjoyed it. It was worth every penny.
So a Marquis Top Chef World connection.
So yes.
Oh my God, that's so exciting.
So that was weird.
You want to see?
So now I have a little weird. I'm like, oh my God, he's the executive chef at Huso's and Marquis.
Okay, so now we want Buddha in the top.
I just want him to. I want to see how far he can go. I do agree with you that he's very arrogant.
Well, that's okay.
But maybe he'll become humbled.
I will say this on that episode: if it wasn't for him being a jerk about the potatoes, they never would have.
Agreed.
And they won
That's
because
true.
of it. Because of
but
that.
And
he redid the potatoes.
He redid them.
Did she do anything?
She was satisfied with mediocrity. And he's like, absolutely not.
Like, did she even do anything if he did the potatoes?
Not really.
She just kind of got the glory, right?
Yeah, she did. She got lucky. He carried her on that one. So.
Sylvia. Yeah. I don't like her. Sylvia's the one that lives in London.
Oh, yes.
And I told Daryl, I said, she has to win this.
I'm not a fan.
She has to win this one because she lives here and they all know who
she won it because of Buddha.
First of all, she always looks like something stinks. And that bugs me. It bugs me. She's so unaware of her face.
RBF.
She walks around with her mouth open and her teeth.
Oh my God, she does. Okay, now I know exactly who you're talking. I'm like, close your mouth. She's always standing there like.
She's not aware that she's a mouth opener.
She's a
open mouther, whatever you want to call it. She needs to stop with it. Stop with it. Someone's got to tell her after this.
Oh, she's going to, you know how that is. She's going to watch it and be like, my God, I have my mouth open in every effing episode.
And no one's going to tell you.
No one's going to tell.
On a final note, one thing I loved, and then we'll move on and we'll say thank you for listening to our little mini episode, is I love how every once in a while, one of the chefs goes, excuse me, but if this is in the oven, you need to leave it. It's there for a reason.
She's like,
la, la, la.
Hello.
No one pays attention. And Daryl goes, every single one of them in there is a head chef. Not one person's going to go, herd chef.
Yeah. No.
They're not your minions. You're on your own.
The only other time they ever call each other chef is at the very end, the last episode when they're the sous chefs to the finale.
Yes.
Then they'll be like, yes, chef. Because they're working for that chef.
Other than that,
you know.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Well, thank you for listening. We'll be back next week to discuss next episode 4.
Yeah. Already.
Hope our favorites.
Well, we're going to get into the weeds soon, so I'm excited. And there's always a shocker. So Buddha could get sent home next week. No. I'll be like, okay, well, so much for that dream.
Or Sylvia.
You never know.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.